Hello, hello, December. Hello, and welcome to the new month. Listen, you guys, we have a lot of things to talk about, okay? We're going to talk about this entire $20 million mansion being sold BS that the media platforms are peddling. You know, it's bad when even Nicki Minaj's biggest ops like DJ Vlad are out there defending Nicki Minaj. We're going to be talking about that. And we're also going to be discussing about Megan the Stallion and Klay Thompson. It seems like whilst they're still out there going strong, a lot of information, is out there coming out, including Bluefase going on a podcast to shame this woman. And we're also going to be discussing about this entire situation with Jada Wayla. Like, you couldn't pay me $1 million to come online and out myself like this. Like, I promise you, this would be a hill I would be willing to on. I would never come out there to confirm nothing, especially years later. Hello, tea lovers, and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well, and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great. You guys, I am doing extremely amazing. And without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So, first of all, let us talk about this entire Nicki Minaj and the $20 million house issue that the media platforms are out there misrepresenting intentionally. Now, you guys probably by now are aware that there have been countless headlines basically alleging or alluding to the fact that Nicki Minaj might be forced to sell her home, by a judge. But the wording of the headlines, well, they were intentionally, as we all know how they do, they made it seem like she's selling that house because she's broke and she cannot raise $500,000 and this and that. Now, for the sake of you that may be out there worrying for her or praying for her or I don't know, believing these headlines, or for the haters that might be celebrating, let me spell this out for you. So, what essentially happened is that, well, there is a security guard who decided to sue Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj because, well, he was accusing Kennedy of, physically him because of an incident where a fan was able to access Nicki Minaj on stage. So what it sounds like to me is that, well, maybe he wasn't really doing his job. He kind of relaxed on his job, or I don't know, whatever might have happened. And after that, the fan had access to Nicki Minaj, which made Kenneth unhappy. And according to him, he's now saying there was a confrontation, okay? And so he decided to sue the couple because of that. Now, first of all, am I surprised that Kenneth or Nicki Minaj would feel some type of way if I'm paying you to make sure that I'm safe and a fan is getting easy access to me, especially given the history that this is a woman at some point whose dressing room got pew-pewed. This is also the same woman who's been continuously swatted at her own home. So to think that there can be that much easy access to her, that would obviously make her mad. And according to this security guard, he's now saying that, well, in as far as Nick is concerned, she was cussing him out. And so, he's basically alleging that it was verbal A word from Nicki Minaj and physical A word from Kenneth Petty. Now, where the 500K is stemming from is this man was suing for $500,000, which Nicki Minaj is clearly refusing to pay. It's not like Nicki Minaj doesn't have the $500,000 to pay. Nicki Minaj didn't even acknowledge to the lawsuit to begin with. So when these platforms move around talking as if Nicki Minaj doesn't have $500,000 to pay this man, or is broke that she cannot even come up with $500,000, I mean, obviously, they're trying to push a narrative that they have been trying to push for the longest of time. It is nothing like that. So, for the haters, I'm sorry. This is bad news that I'm bringing you. I know this doesn't get you excited, but unfortunately for you, this is the reality of the situation. The blogs ran with the misinformation and, of course, the misrepresentation of facts to paint a certain narrative intentionally, to the point that even Nicki Minaj's own haters, like DJ Vlad, had to come, in defense of her. And this is what DJ Vlad said. I was shocked when I saw this. I was like, this cannot be the Vlad that I know. He wrote and said, Nicki Minaj isn't going to be forced to sell her 20 million Hidden Hills mansion over losing a 500,000 lawsuit like headlines are saying. She has been refusing to pay, so the judge is willing to force the sale of the house to pay that debt. Before that actually happens, Nikki will come up with the 500K and pay the security guard her husband allegedly A-worded. I say allegedly because Nikki and Kenneth never showed up to court and he got a default judgment. Now, I was honestly shocked to see this from Vlad. Like, what happened? Did somebody get served the papers and is somebody trying to make it seem like they're not biased anymore? Because I refuse to believe that, well, DJ Vlad is the one who is correcting these publications. Since when? What's going on behind the scenes? Like, really, something has to be cooking behind the scenes because this is highly unusual. The least that DJ Vlad would have done, I mean, the way that we've known him over the years, if he really didn't want to peddle that narrative, he would still have remained quiet and allowed these lies to go on and on and on because it serves his hate for Nicki Minaj. So this is very new to me, and I don't know how to feel about this. Am I supposed to celebrate, or am I supposed to find out what exactly is going on behind the scenes? Something is certainly cooking. He didn't just end there, and this is why I say this is highly suspicious. Somebody must have gotten served the papers behind the scenes. He went ahead and said, for everyone calling Nikki broke in the replies, she can literally just do one show and make 500K. Her house is fine. Somebody needs to tell me what's going on. Like, you guys really need to tell me what's going on. DJ Vlad, of all people. But anyway, he's not lying. And this is the part where it gets complicated, okay? In as much as I don't like him, I will still admit that this time is actually not lying because it would be really low IQ of anyone to believe that Nicki Minaj would lose a house over a measly 500K. I say measly in the context of, hey, finances, not me. I'm not saying that I've got just 500K lying around, but I'm saying this is the Nicki Minaj that we're talking about. And if you hate her so much that your hate for you makes you believe that she will lose a home over 500K, then I really don't know what to do. I don't know if you can be saved at this point because it's just the same thing. Just as much as I dislike Advovo BBL's antics, I wouldn't sit here and say that, well, Advovo BBL is losing a house over something like 200K. Like, that doesn't even make any logical sense. But again, these paid for media platforms bank on your massive hatred to spread this information. They bank on your idiocy. Is there such a word? I think there is. To spread such misinformation. They know that you've got so much hate in your heart, you're just gonna believe it each time you say because you've been waiting your whole life to see Nicki Minaj going broke and it hasn't happened. So each time you see a headline that insinuates that, you're quick to believe it, which is rather pathetic. But anyway, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about this entire nonsense. Now, moving on to the next thing that we're gonna be talking about, let us talk about Jada Wayla. Now, a couple of years ago, there's a customer who came out accusing Jada of selling her clothes that were worn and that had some discharge on them, okay? And this was an entire scandal which happened, and it kind of just, people spoke about it, got tired, and, life just continued. And Jada was still able to still sell more things from her own collection, resell her clothes. Her businesses were still doing well even after that scandal. But recently, she's been involved in a little back and forth with that delusional girl, the future is my boyfriend girl, dramatic doll. What's her name? Gorgeous doll. Me calling her dramatic doll. Now I'm thinking about Drama Doll, the Nollywood sister. What's her name? Destiny. That's who I'm thinking about now. No, Gorgeous Doll. If you don't know her, she's one delusional person. The one who had a beef with Lottery Ticket, by the way. She was like claiming that she lost her, her baby because of lottery ticket, blah, 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 something along those lines. So that same girl is now having a little bit of back and forth with Jada, and she brought up that incident of the discharge. And now she's saying that it was yeast infection, discharge. Now, as far as I know, it was just discharge. I don't know how far true it is that it was yeast, it was whatever. I really don't know. But Jada saw it fit to come online and basically acknowledge the happenings of that incident. Now, I'm not saying deny it when if it happened, but I mean, if you acknowledged it back in the day, that was it. Okay? Like, why are you out there giving this thing attention that already blew over? Because for me, when she responded, that's when everyone started talking about it again. Okay, she came online and she was trying to justify herself, talking about how she was pregnant when that happened, and how it was a mistake and all of these things. And honestly, if it were me, that's something that I would deny until forever. I don't care. Unfortunately, I would literally deny it more than Advolvo BBO denies a facial surgery. Yeah. If you think Advolvo BBO is the worst for, acting like she doesn't have facial surgery, then you wouldn't have any hope when it comes to me. Because listen, if that had happened to me, up to now, I would be like, I do not know what that is. It must have been some flour that got mixed up. It's washing powder that got mixed up with some water. It had to be some, like I would have. It's MMT. It's oral suspension. It's Gaviscon. On those panties. I was wearing, I don't know what I would have said, but you would never pay me $1 million years later to come on the internet and acknowledge that. Never. The least I could do is just ignore and act like it didn't happen. Like coming online and giving you a little sort of story time about how that happened. I'm sorry. That's where my authenticity stops. I'm not. Like, if that's what it takes for people to call you authentic, I'm not coming on here addressing ish about some discharge from years ago. Like, what is that? You already acknowledged it. Leave it there. But let me insert what she had to say, you guys, and let me know if that was a smart thing for her to come out here and talk about it.
Oh my God, that was literally a humiliation ritual. When I went through that, that probably was one of the well, that was the only embarrassing thing I've ever really been through that like really broke me. Like, ew. And what made it worse was because it was like nothing I could do to do damage control. So that's why I say it was a humiliation ritual. I'm 8 weeks pregnant, and my friend at the time used to handle all my, I think it was either Depop or Macari, whatever. I was like reselling clothes that I would wear. If you know me, I've been reselling clothes that I wear since I was 16 years old. And I've never had an issue like this because I always get my clothes dry cleaned. Like, even now to this day, like everything I wear, I get dry cleaned. So that's how you know it was a total mistake. So I had a stack of clothes that needed to go to the dry cleaners, and I had a stack of clothes that was ready to be shipped out. My friend at the time who handled my Depop Macari, my resale app, whatever the fuck app it was, he took both stacks of clothes, but I'm knocked out on the couch sleep, and he had a key to my house. Like, we were that close. He had a key to my house, so he just came in, let me stay asleep, took the clothes, and left. Now, like, I don't play about leaving my panties nowhere. I don't play about leaving my. I don't play that shit. Ever since that happened, like, it definitely was character development for sure. So yeah, he packs my stuff, all that stuff up and sends it out. So I'm just scrolling one day and I'm like, mind you, it was a time where like I just was being attacked, like overly attacked. And then that happened and I'm like, there's no way this could happen. Like, literally no way. And on top of that, you know when you pregnant, you are like extremely more lubricated down there. Like, natural juices be flowing. And I didn't have, like, they tried to say it was like BV or anything. I'm pretty sure if that girl could come to the stand, it would not, she would not say that shit stunk. First of all, if it was BV, it's not gonna stink days after. Well, I don't know. I've never experienced no shit like that ever in my life.
Well, There you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. But just listening to her, I mean, if she indeed was pregnant, I've never been pregnant, but if what she's saying is true, then maybe that's what was going on. People have different levels of discharge, I guess, and pregnancy does. I don't know if that's what she's saying, and she's a pregnant woman. I mean, I know nothing about biology. So let me know in the comment section, you guys, is that true? Anyway, that being said, let's move on to the next thing that we're going to be talking about. Let us talk about Bongo 2, okay? Bongo 2 and her man Klay Thompson, okay? It seems like the two of them are still going strong. I mean, she was even out there cooking for the family, for Thanksgiving. She was doing her thing in the kitchen. She's really glowing in this relationship. And on top of that, it seems like Klay has decided to rename his boat, okay, after Megan the Stallion, which is rather sweet. One thing about Bongo 2 is I feel like if she is with a man, she gives it her all. I feel like if she's with a man, that man is in 100%. I mean, I will never forget the time that they did that entire little photo, with Patterson that kind of went viral, and it had, some behind somewhere. What was going on? Was she getting Patterson on a behind? It was something along those lines, something that included, okay, I remember. Patterson was drinking from a straw from her ear, okay, a bam bam, and it kind of went viral, and people were like gushing over how sweet they are. It seems like it's the same thing with Klay Thompson, which I'm loving. I mean, good for her. Okay, who said that liars don't deserve love? Oh my God. I hope they don't come for me the way they're coming for Milagro. But even liars deserve love. Even Eve had Adam. So who am I to say that Bongo 2 doesn't deserve some love? She deserves it. But that being said, it seems like not everyone is celebrating with her. Because tell me why enemies of progress like Bluefase would come on here, talk about a fishing trip or a fishing excursion or whatever you want to call it that he had with Bongo 2 soon after the Pew Pew incident. At this point, who sent you, Jonathan? Like, who sent you? Why are you talking about this? Because now, again, people are putting the dots together and they are saying if just a couple of hours or days after the pew pew you were out there on a fishing trip with Blueface, then were you really pew pewed or was just that glass fragment? The conversation, like, it's like as soon as the conversation seems like it's down, something comes up that makes people go back to dig, because they even found pictures of her on that so-called trip. And not only is this man bringing up the fishing trip, this man is saying that he was faking sympathy just so he can get some bums. I I don't know what's wrong with this math. I don't know what's wrong with this man. Like, saying that loud should just be shameful. You hear that a woman has been pew-pewed, and the first thing you're thinking about is how to get some bums from that woman. And as for Bongo too, hopping on a plane or whatever mode of transport soon after getting pew-pewed, I don't know if it was a trauma response or what, but I'm just thinking if you indeed had a pew-pew pointed at you, hopping to the next ninja giving you temporary sympathy, I like, if you've been following me about this case, I'm not one to be too opinionated when it comes to that situation, because at the end of the day, I believe Kelsey, Bongo 2, and Tory Lanez, those are the three people that actually knew what happened on there. So I've always been like, not too much in that case. But, these things that keep on coming out, they make it difficult for you to want to say, this is what was done to her. Like, there are certain things that are just not making sense. It's just not making sense. But anyway, let me insert what Blue Smurf had to say about this, and then I'll catch you guys after that.
But around this time, that's when the whole Megan the Stallion Tory happened.
Yeah.
And you claim that Megan gave you head after that?
Yeah, I got at her, you okay? I come check on you. Come rub your feet or something.
Rub your feet.
So yeah,
The foot.
I flew out to Orlando. That's where she was at the time, and we was vibing. We was
Okay.
vibing. Fishing, swimming and whatnot.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Yeah, got a little sucky.
Did she ever deny it?
Of course not.
No?
I can't deny the truth.
Okay. I mean, did she tell you? I mean, considering that you guys are hanging out right after that happened, did she tell you exactly what happened?
Nah, I didn't really. No, I ain't talking about no other lot with you. Feel me?
Well, I mean, you're not really talking about. I mean, this dude just
Yeah,
in
no,
the
I
foot.
ain't.
So there's a little more than just getting some. This is
No, I'm saying I ain't talking about the last person he was with.
no, I get you.
No, so
but still, I mean,
I don't care if he or not. I'm not finna ask. What
I'm here
happened?
for other reasons.
Why did he?
Okay, fair enough.
I'm trying to help you get over that, baby.
Right.
I'm trying to help you heal.
Did you know Tori at all?
Yeah, me and Tori, we
Yeah.
just a hi and bye type thing.
Yeah.
We see regular artist shit. You see him, oh, what up, brother? Cool, we need to work. All right, bet.
Well, there you heard that, you guys. There you heard that. Now, that being said, academics had a lot of things to say about Klay Thompson and talking about how it is bad energy from Bongo 2 that's making his career go down. I don't know, you guys, if we can blame Bongo 2. If anything, if this is a PR relationship, then it must mean that Klay also is hiding something, because that's the only way Fraudulent Nation would say to him, now play a house with this girl so that we can cover you for what you did. That's what I'm saying. If you guys are saying this is a PR relationship, it means that Klay also has something to hide. That's what I'm going to say. And being with Bongo 2 would be the price that he's willing to pay so that those people from Fraudulent Nation can cover him. That's all I'm just going to say. But anyway, let me insert what I had to say. But I don't think that after that I'm going to be coming back. So that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. And thank you very much for making it this far. Before I go, let me just tell you something is certainly fighting me, because I came back 2 days ago and I was telling you I'm back with full force. I'm going to record another video. Something in me does not work, because you all have known that I've struggled with acid reflux so much. Okay. And somewhere, somehow in my mind, I thought it was okay for me to order a pizza that had chili. It like had a chili base. For what, really? For what? I don't know. Like, I really don't understand, you guys. I felt so sick. Like, I thought I was just gonna be, you guys would, just maybe find out some way, somehow, that, I'd seen Christ. I'd gone to see Christ because of a pizza. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I decided to order anything with chili, given my history with my tummy issues. But anyway, that being said, thank you very much, you guys. Thank God I didn't die. I'm still here. That means more tea to the people. Until my next one, see you.